And now, I would like to introduce the next speaker, Jim Nalls, Jr.
Thank you very much. I have a number of things to give on this special day, the 60th birthday, my father here. And just get right into it here. Because he is such a dapper dresser, we all know, those of us that have seen him down through the years, work with him in Lockwood, we know that he's a man that has never seen a striped shirt and a plaid tie that you didn't think went together. Once bought a suit, this is true, a suit of clothing through the mail for $19. Gold. You couldn't iron it. But anyway, for your dapping dressing ability, we have from Gentleman's Quarterly a current fashion magazine.
Thank you very much.
Also, for his renowned handyman ability. This is also true. He has to ask my mother how to use a hammer. He thinks a T-square is a little cake that you eat in the late I have, and I know he does not have one of these, a screwdriver. It comes with instructions. I'll get
You might put that in Mother's toolbox.
All right, and for his singing ability. Now, as many of you may know, we have a lot of talent in the Nalls family as far as singing is concerned. My Aunt Eleanor sings in the Philadelphia Metropolitan Opera, and my brother John has been in plays up in Gettysburg and in town here. And unfortunately, I have to leave right after this and go sing in a bar. But at any rate, all this musical talent, unfortunately, did not start with my father. I think the source was someplace else. But he does like to sing, and he does sing very loudly. But the problem with his singing is it's never quite in the right key. So what I have is a pitch pipe that's off key, so when he wants to sing with his friends, everybody can sing with him.
I didn't get it to blow.
And because he has 8 fine sons, and that he has had to, and is still in the process of teaching us the ways of the world and teaching us how to grow up and do all these wonderful things. I have to tell you how it started. I remember back when I was in 8th grade at St. Jane de Chantal School, and one night they had a movie they were going to have for the 8th grade sons or boys and their fathers, and the next week they were going to have one for the girls and their mothers, and they were going to come and see this movie, and it was going to explain to them how to go from adolescence to adulthood, and there was going to be a question and answer period afterwards. And things being the way they were back then, my father, it was a 7 o'clock movie on Saturday night. He was working at Capitol Cadillac in College Park there. It's called Lito's Pizza. He didn't get there home until 8 o'clock, so we went ahead and got in the car and drove on up to Deschanel in the basement of the church, and right when we got there, Father Porter was saying, "Thank you very much for coming, and we hope you all learned something and go on home." So we hopped back in the car, and we're driving down Old Georgetown Road there, and we get to Lone Oak, and we're supposed to turn left, and Dad says, "Well, how about some ice cream?" I said, "Well, we've never done it before, but let's go get some ice cream." So we, I figured, okay, here it goes. We go in, we get the ice cream, we come out, hop back in the car, start driving home, and he says, "Well, Jimmy," he goes, "we missed the movie." And he says, "But I think I know what it was all about." I said, "Well, that's good, Dad. I'm glad to hear that." You're going to have a lot of changes going on in your life right now. Well, okay. And he says, "And these changes are going to be with you for the rest of your life." And I said, "All right." And he said, "And these are going to affect everything that you do for the rest of your life." And I say, "All right." And he says, "Do you understand what I'm talking about?" I say, "Yeah." He says, "Well, good. Let's go on home. I'm hungry." We get home and Tim and Tony come running in. Hey, they want to know what happened. What happened? I said, well, we missed the movie. We went up and got some ice cream, and on the way home we talked about the Vietnam War. I also checked with each one of my brothers, and he hasn't given him this lecture yet. So, because of that, and because he has to brush up a little bit before he gives the rest of my brothers the lectures, so they'll know what's going on, we've got a sophomore year biology. Check out chapters 3 and 5. And finally, because he's traveling a lot now in our business, we get the advantage of being able to take some nice business trips. We took one not too long ago down to Hilton Head, South Carolina. Kathy and my mother and father and I all drove down there for the annual convention of the American Dental Trade Association. And we drove down to save a little bit of money. But so we drove 12 hours all the way down there. Get there, first thing we do is we go in, check into the hotel, sit down, and get something to eat. And we went to bed that night, got up the next morning, got some more to eat. We had a couple of meetings and had some lunch. And we played a little golf and we had some dinner. And then we danced a little bit and we had some else to eat. And it went on, these conventions are like this. And they went on like this and it went on for 4 days like this. And we didn't quite eat all of it. My wife, Kathy, and my mother and I, but JT does not want to pass up much free food. He had a good time down there. But anyway, after 4 days of this, and then we get back into the car on Saturday morning. We're going to drive 12 hours back from Hilton Head, South Carolina to Washington, D.C. in this car, and it was pouring rain that day. Anyway, after all of this activity that was going on, his stomach was a mess. He had stomach problems. Now, I suppose we're lucky he didn't throw up. But not after we left. We left there, and periodically, these churnings in his stomach would have to relieve the pressure. And it would ventilate it. And we had a good routine. We would roll down the window. When his stomach ventilated, we would roll through the car would be all right. And, and it would get soaking wet because it's pouring rain. So this went on at regular intervals for 11 and a half hours. Until we finally get on the Beltway right down to Springfield, 95. We've been doing this the whole way home, pouring rain, 12 hours. We got, and again, the ventilation process occurred, and the windows came down, it's pouring rain, and we had to get, let's hurry up with it. It didn't properly ventilate the car. We couldn't figure out what was going on. The problem was, it was ventilation in 3 dimensions. 3-dimensional ventilation sitting there on the back of his cabin. This is how good. So, for the man that would like to take some more business trips, and he doesn't want to ruin any more Cadillacs, we have, from Gentleman's Quarterly, adult-size travel pants.